Disclaimer, before the video starts, I would like to say that this is just stories I thought I'd share with other people. And if you do take offense to anything I say, I strongly suggest you click off the video right now. Remember, this is just for fun, but if you can't handle the jokes in it, click off now. Anyone else just wanting to hear me vent, welcome, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. Unfortunately for the first episode I do not have my co-host, sad, but it doesn't mean I can't do it all by my lonesome. But enough of that, I know what you're all here for, me talking about my traumatic summer camp experience. So there I was, sitting on the couch watching SpongeBob. Yep, those were the good old days. Literally do nothing while everyone serves you like some sort of 7-year-old god king. Little did my smooth brain know I was about to experience the worst 5 days of my life. My mum walks into the room, comes up to me and says, "Hey, so you're going to summer camp?" And I was furious. Now to some kids, summer camp was a safe haven where you would hang out with friends, play games and socialise among crowds of your own peers. But I was quite an antisocial kid, then not really expanding my friendship group, mainly because of my bad public speaking. So when you tell me to go into a summer camp, not overnight of course, my mum would not go that far, with kids I do not know, like from me being thrown into a pit of snakes and spiders accompanied by the devil. So I freaked out, but regardless, whatever I did, if I sold my soul or tried to give all my money, she would not yield and sent me away to the camp. Now when we got there, and let's just call the camp Fort Harry Potter, there were two camp counselors greeting people who let's just call Justin and Dave. These two look like frat boys doing community service for something. When my mum said hello, they said welcome to camp and just went back to what they were doing. So we just walked in. I went up to a signing booth and they gave me a bracelet with a number on it. And she just said, "Move along, little boy." Now, little to me was like an insult, so here's how I reacted. I got up, looked her straight in the eye and said, "Well, I'm big enough to kick your ass." Yeah, my mum dragged me away from the booth, apologising, and put me in a crowd of people waiting for the response of the head counsellors to speak. There, me and my mum said our goodbyes, and she left, leaving me with them. Oh God. Well, after about 10 minutes, he speaks. "Hello, Camp Harry Potter. I'm Counsellor Rick, and who's ready to have some fun?" It only took me 5 seconds to realise this guy was not invited to any social activities with his fellow counsellors outside of the camp. After the lecture, I was assigned to a cabin with some other kids, known as the Owl Cabin. When I walked in, there was nothing, literally nothing. I mean, what's the point of having an empty cabin? Though I was less bothered about the cabin and more bothered about the people who were with me in there. In this cabin, there were these two blonde boys who were twins that liked playing painful pranks on each other. Some sort of giant boy who looked like he passed puberty at 4. Though, to be honest, I wasn't sure if he was even a child. He could have just been a 30-year-old man disguised as a child. And finally, this kid who let's just call the Collector, as he had this massive collection of something that I could not properly pronounce if I was the smartest man alive. Anyway, these kids seemed to be in their own group, and even when I introduced myself, they didn't respond. Anyway, after half an hour, it was camp activity starting off with nothing because the camp counselors had no actual schedule. My hours were spent watching a football game with a stick, and the camp counselors were not even paying attention. A bunch of kids, because they were so bored, started fighting each other, and the counsellor didn't even turn his head. After a while, we were sent home, and on the second day rising, it would not be a great day. We went on a hike. Now, this time, it was a bit more tame. Kids were chatting. I mean, not me. I was just counting down the time when I could play Minecraft again. But while I was daydreaming, my balance betrayed me, and I was sent tumbling down the hill, and stopping right next to some stinging nettles. The counsellor finally realised I'd fallen and went down not to help me but to save his own ass. Well, hey there, champ. New life experience. At this moment, I was on the verge of throwing this man the next halfway down the hill, but through tears, my conscience spoke. He's not worth it. So instead of reporting this guy to the head counsellor, worse, my mum, I spared him, and for the next 3 days, it was just a bunch of kids playing football with a stick.